Guys, welcome to number 7 of the Derby Career Mode Live, and to start off this episode we have got the game against Rotherham, which I am kind of tempted to simulate, but we are only 3 points clear at the top of the table, since we didn't do too well in the last episode. I think we did kind of struggle, 0-0 draw with Wolves. I think we drew another game with Brentford, the first game of the episode, then we won. I think we actually simulated the only game that we did win, and we did get our first loss of the season at the end of October against Sheffield Wednesday. Obviously a very good side. I think it was Barry Bannon with the goal. So in this episode, I think we're going to simulate the first game against Rotherham, then play Norwich, then play Wigan, then play Forest, and we'll probably end it off with QPR and potentially Fulham. So obviously Chris Martin coming against his former club, the big Derby game, and Norwich are a really tough team. I think this is going to be one of the toughest episodes in terms of fixtures. Wigan, they're alright, they do a decent job every now and then, but nevertheless, let's go into our first game. I'm not too sure if we've got any injuries to the team. I'll have to have a quick look. We have got Anya out for, I think he's going to be about 5 weeks now, so not too long left on the injury to Anya. Just going to switch up the wingers, and that should do the job. Into the first game of the episode then against Rotherham, which we are going to be simulating. Hopefully we don't get any injuries. That is quite a common thing. Also, red cards. They have drawn their last 3 games, and we're top of the table, so theoretically we should win this game. And as you can see there, Vidra has kicked off the scoreline in the first 20 minutes with a nice goal, pushing on to 7, maybe 8 goals this season. I'll have to have a look after this game. Going into the second half, Abdul Kamara coming on for Wilson, and Rotherham do equalise with that 52nd minute goal from Ward up front. Hopefully we don't lose, that's the only thing. Russell coming on for Bryson in the midfield. Bailey has got a late goal there in the last 5 minutes to win us the game and to bring home the 3 points. We did actually sign somebody on the scout team, and he is actually quite decent. Like, he's 58 rated, I think he is, yeah. 58 rated, 57 rated, sorry. 69 to 93 rating, and we can actually offer him a contract now. And I'm kind of tempted to, because with those stats, if you can get him to a 70 quite easily within the end of this season, then potentially when we go into the Premier League, we won't need to sign a goalkeeper, and that'll be something good. Also, it's an objective that the club expect us to do, where we need to basically bring in, like, what was it? I think it was a couple of players into the first team, playing 50% of the games. So even if we don't play that many, we can still play a few. We can't actually give him 400 pounds a week salary, so we're gonna have to go for 405. But it's essentially free, and we can just train him up this way, leaving him in the Scout Youth Academy. He doesn't actually grow, I don't think, that well. So, yeah, bring him into the club, get some training done. There is the youth development one. But within 2 seasons, have at least 1 player from the youth academy signed into the first team and play 50%. So we got this season to do that, and the next season. So we'll probably end up doing it in the next season. So I think on international jobs, I'm just not going to bother, because they've always been really boring on career mode. So I don't think we will be doing that one at the moment. But as you can see here, I'm very excited to accept the contract with the senior team. I'm very excited to show I belong here and deserve first team minutes. That is for Moretti, of course, the new youth signing. And yeah, just before January, it will give us an opportunity to potentially look at playing him maybe in a game just before the January transfer window, because then we can decide whether we do need to bring in a keeper or not. So into the next game against Norwich. That is actually a really nice kit Norwich have got there. That looks really nice, actually. I don't know about you guys. It looks like a like Christmas wrapping paper. That's what I'm thinking of when I look at that kit. But we are going to give them their home kit. They are in very good form at the moment. I think they are in the top 6. So it is going to be a tough game indeed. I think we'll just go for this lineup, to be frankly honest. I'm kind of... yeah, I am actually going to go for Thorne in the midfield, just for a bit more defensive cover. And it just gives Hughes a bit more freedom. And we're going to put Patterson at the left-back position. Did a really good job in the last episode in that position, no worries at all there, and that should do. Into the first game of the episode then at home, we are going to potentially look at changing the stadium, which at this point, now that we are essentially in December, that is going to be a lot of work for me, so I'm going to have to look to potentially do that. Also, I'm going to look at when the ratings change. That is going to be a very important time, but essentially I might just wait and just do the season, and then at the end of the season, when we do go to the Premier League, go through this season again, make sure I get the same growth to the players, and it is going to be very difficult. Into the game then against Norwich we go. Just looking at their lineup to kick off the game then, they have gone for a 4-2-3-1, a very good attack with Cameron Jerome, Stephen Naismith, Matty Jarvis, Robbie Brady on the left-hand side, who was suggested by someone, can play left-back as well. I don't know, I feel like that left-hand side, I feel like our wingers and our full-backs we have plenty now that we've got Patterson. I think he was the one that we needed. Obviously, Martin Olsen coming against his brother, who isn't even in the team. Like, we're not even playing him at all. Basong, John Ruddy, Russell Martin, Malumbu, Sane, I think he's from the Bundesliga, and Ivan Pinto at the right-back position. There's no weaknesses there. It's probably one of the best teams we've played so far. We did play Newcastle, but that was like in the first few games, and they didn't quite settle in. That's a great ball through for Matt Jarvis here, with a great save from Scotty Carson there to keep us in the game. He's actually been really good. I think he is the top clean sheet keeper in the league at the moment. Hopefully he can catch this nice and easily. Yes, he have. Let's try if we can get this up to Wilson here. Yeah, it's just, the problem is your strikers aren't stuck together all the time. The also thing with Thorne, he has got better passing, but his movement isn't quite as good as Bryson. That's the only thing Bryson has. He has the stamina. But there is a nice bit of run here from Thorne. Don't know if we can get it across to Vidra again. Yes, we can, with the shot. And John Ruddy with the save to keep him in the game. It wasn't the best of shots, to be honest, but it was a good run. Just as I was slating Thorne's running, he actually does make a good run there and gets us a chance. And there it is, half-time against Norwich City. We are finding it quite difficult, which is kind of good because we kind of need the challenge. We're still top of the table. Only one shot for each team. So they were pretty good chances, but hopefully we can break the deadlock in the second half. Here we go into Thorne. We're going to take the long shot. He's with his weaker foot and it is over the bar. Really bad shot. I wanted that with his stronger foot because he has actually got like 70-ish long shots. Here we go, ball into Butterfield. Out wide to Bailey again. Can we cut inside this time and get the shot off? Yes, we can. Oh, he's missed it. Naki Wells. Literally, maybe an inch or something. Yeah, he's just missed out. Bailey with a nice shot. Curling into the bottom corner. A good save from John Ruddy, to be fair. Yeah, Naki Wells not quite reacting quick enough to that. There it is, full time against Norwich. Another 0-0, guys. So, like we did against Cardiff, we weren't scoring goals for a while. We're still in the games, like we're dominant, but we're just getting a little bit unlucky. The weather being rainy doesn't really help. But I'm tempted to try the 4-3-3 in the next game against Wigan, and then we can decide against Forest whether we stick to the 4-4-2 or change it to the 4-3-3. Into the next game then against Wigan, which we are going to be trying a 4-3-3, so I'll quickly sort that out and then I'll show you the lineup. Let's have a look at the Wigan lineup for today's game. Then be interested to see what team they're playing because they've got quite a few of our former players. As you can see, Jake Buxton coming against his former club, Michael Jacobs coming against his former team as well, and Warnock will probably be on the bench. Will Grigg up front. Very defensive team indeed, like the 5-4-1 in like defensive. They'll essentially have like 10 in defence. Here we go, Bailey with the pace. Really got his legs working here. Can we cut inside and get the shot off? Yes, we can. Really poor. Really bad finishing from Bailey. I'm probably going to put him on to training because I haven't actually done that yet for some reason. And yeah, potentially get that 61 finishing up to maybe the 70s. And there it is, half-time against Wigan. I don't think we've actually had a good shot on target yet. We've had a couple of shots, but they were wide of the target. They've had a lot of possession as well with the 4-3-3. It is kind of more of a counter-attack style of play. They have made a change. I think it is Jordi Gomez coming on as well. Corner it in the 51st minute of the match. It is quite a decent delivery. Vidra with the header, and it is being saved by Bogdan. Thought that was going in for a moment. Another corner here. Has gone a little bit closer to the keeper, and he has actually caught it. Here we go, through for Bailey. He's got to finish this. If he doesn't, there we go, he's finished it. First goal for me, personally. I haven't actually scored with him yet, so that's good to see. We have literally just subbed him off as well, so I'm kind of tempted to stick him back on and give Ince the rest. I think we'll do that, yeah. Oh, there we go. Two Wigan players running into each other. Wells on the edge. He's gone past Buxton with the shot. Side netting. Thought that was in. Thought we'd won it there. Here we go, Vidra with the ball. But it is full time there, and we have won the game 1-0. Not the most convincing of scorelines against a team we should probably be putting at least a couple in against. But we were trying out the new 4-3-3. Kind of worked. We did get the goal technically when we were playing 4-3-3. Or was it for... I think we technically changed it to 4-4-2 and Bailey was playing striker and that's why he got the goal. But still, we got the goal. Into the final game of the episode then. As you can see, we are 7 points clear above Norwich and like staying in the playoff wise, we're like 15 points. So I'm pretty sure we're doing quite well. We've only lost one game and that was against Sheffield Wednesday. Defensively, we've only conceded 6 goals. That's absolutely incredible. Maybe scoring a few more goals in the upcoming games would be quite interesting. But yeah, this is the biggest derby in the world against Forest, obviously. And We have got Anya back, so that's good to see, but I'm kind of tempted to stick to Patterson because he's done such a good job there, and I think I will. And put Anya onto the bench and potentially play him a bit further up, to be honest. I know Bailey scored in the last game, but he didn't do too much. That was the thing I noticed as well. I'm going to start with Naki Wells instead of Wilson, just because obviously he'll grow a bit more if we're playing him, and Wilson won't grow as much, who we're definitely going to sign at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure. Into the final game of the episode then against Nottingham Forest at the... It's not really the iPro Stadium, but it'll do. It's a stadium. Looking at their lineup, they've gone for Nicholas Bentner up front, of course, in a 4-1-4-1 formation. Lansbury, who we were potentially looking at signing in that midfield. David Vaughan, Ben Osborne, a Derby lad. Lika, a pretty good winger. Andre Traore? I think it's Armand Traore. That's it, Armand Traore. Their goalkeeper's not bad as well. I think he's like 77 rated. So it's going to be quite a tough game. Interested to see how the essentially 4-3-3 defensive does against the 4-4-2. Here we go, ball into Lansbury. Is a pretty good ball into the box. Bentner. Bloody Lord Bentner has scored against us. It was a pretty good ball, to be honest. It was like in between the centre-backs and the goalkeeper. I think it was Keogh out of position, and that is why that space was there. And the Lord has scored against us. He is the best player in the world, to be fair. Second goal in the league. Not the best of starts we were looking for. Here we go, into Vidra. Don't know if we can lay it off for Thorny. Yes, we can. Into Naki Wells. Not Naki Wells. Anya. Anya has put the ball into the back of the net. Don't know what I said, Wells, but it is, of course, Anya to equalise. Just come back from his injury. Good to see him get the equaliser within the first 5 minutes of conceding. Nice ball from Thorn to Anya. Good amount of pace, good finish. Maybe the keeper could have done a bit better, but I'm not going to complain. Second goal in the league. Into the second half then against Forest we go. They are making a substitution here. Chris Cohen coming on for David Vaughan, obviously in the midfield. Yeah, we could make a few tactical changes to push a few men forwards and get that winning goal. Into Bentner here, on the edge of the box. He is actually quite difficult to tackle because he is so tall. They have worked it quite nicely here. Lika with the shot and a very good save from Scott Carson to keep it out there. Here we go to the edge to Bryson, who's just come off the bench. Also Abdul Kamara. He has got the pace to go past one, go past two with the shot inside of the post, and it has gone out wide to Ince, who I don't know why I pressed A. Really annoyed. Like, he's just come off the bench, and good for us to get the opportunity, but we probably should have buried that. Added time left now, which doesn't seem to be much this year. Like, literally, I'll speak until the end of the game because it isn't much at all. You can see it's 3 minutes, but it will probably blow now. We'll see if we can get this ball. No, we can't. As you can see there, that was 3 minutes. In the past few years, it's actually been a lot longer, so that's definitely something to look at in terms of the amount of goals I've scored in the last few minutes. It doesn't seem to be happening this year. Like, it literally is the click of a fingers. I don't know if it's because we're on 5-minute halves. That doesn't help too much, but still it should be a lot longer than that, than literally one attack and then back to the halfway line, blow. So we're going to go in a bit of training and end off the episode. I was going to play this QPR game, but I've just realised my EA access is going to run out halfway through this game. But a good way to end off the episode with 3 players growing, Thorn to a 74, Hansen to a 66, and Rawson to that 71, which means he will go onto the bench now, and now be our second backup choice centre-back, so that's good to see. If we get him a few games, potentially he'll replace Shackle, who has gone quite down badly in the pace department. But yeah, they are quite similar, to be fair. Both 6'4", one's left-footed, one's right-footed, same work rates. Power header though on Rawson, that's good to see. So yeah, we're going to have to look at potentially using him in the next episode. But if you did enjoy this episode anyway, make sure you do smash the like button if you can get over 50 likes for another episode. Like, the support on this series so far has been absolutely incredible, and I'm really enjoying doing it, to be fair. We are in December, so obviously do leave some comments down below on any players you want me to sign. Not too sure if I did that straw poll in the last episode or this episode, but I probably will leave it again, whether we should recall Chris Martin from his loan, who we will play in this next episode. Make sure you do smash the like button if you get over 50 likes, then that would be absolutely fantastic. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and see you soon. Bye.